I hope you all are doing well. So children, today in this class we are going to learn about visualizing solid shapes. Okay, so let's start with that. We have studied about two-dimensional figures in earlier classes. Two-dimensional figures are the figures which can be drawn on a plane. Two-dimensional figures have length and breadth, sides or radius as its dimensions. On the other hand, objects which occupy space and have three dimensions means length, breadth and height are called three-dimensional objects. In this chapter, we will read about faces, vertices and edges of solid shapes. We will also study nets of solids and Euler's formulas. Okay, so let's start with one solid shapes, that means three-dimensional shapes. So, solid shapes occupy space and have three dimensions. Okay, so जो solid shapes होती है वो space लेती है और उसके three dimensions होते हैं. That means length होती है, breadth होते हैं और height भी होती है. Just like cube, cuboid, cone, cylinder, sphere, prisms, pyramid, etc. are example of solids. Okay, so these are the pictures. Now after that, polydrons क्या होते हैं? Let's see. Some solid shapes, as you can see above, are entirely made of flat surfaces, such as a cube हमारा flat है, cuboid भी हमारा flat surfaces से बना है, prisms, etc. Such solid shapes are called polydrons. A polydron is also defined as a solid that is enclosed by polygons. Polydrons means plural of polydron are described by their number of flat surfaces which are called faces, means not sides. Edges means the lines where two faces meet, and vertices means the points where edges meets beta. So these are the figure beta. Hope you understood. Now next, a polydron is said to be a regular if its all the faces are of the same shape, all the edges are of the same length and the angles between edges are equal. A table of 5 kinds of regular polydron is given below. Name, faces and number of faces. So first one is regular tendron. ये क्या होता है? इसमें faces कितने होते हैं? Equilateral triangles और इसके faces होते हैं हमारे 4. Now regular hexadron और cubes, that means squares, faces होते हैं 6. And now these are the other one beta, just read and practice well. Okay, ये name है, ये इसके faces है और ये इसके number of faces है. Now see the prisms. So a prism is a 3D shapes made up of two congruent or identical polygons at opposite ends joining by a parallel lines as shown below, like that one. Okay, this is a pentagonal prisms and this is a triangular prisms beta. Now pyramid क्या होते हैं? Let's see. Another category of 3D shapes is of pyramid. A pyramid is made up of a polygons forming the base and then lines drawn from each of the vertices of this polygon to some points above called the apex. These are as follows, like that one beta. Okay, a triangular pyramid, a rectangular pyramid and a hexagonal pyramid. Now vertex, edge and faces of a solid. So a vertex of this solid is a corner point. An edge of this solid is a line segment. A face of this solid has the shape of a polygon. This solid has 12 vertices, 18 edges and 8 faces. Its 2 faces are hexagons and 6 faces are rectangles beta. Okay, like that one. Now after that, these are the shapes and this is a vertices, number of edges and faces. Okay, just read and practice of that one. Now you may notice that number of edges is equal to number of faces plus number of vertices minus 2. That means E is equal to F plus V minus 2. This is known as Euler's formula and is true for all polydrons. So verifying Let's formula for a triangular prism. So solution is number of vertices means V कितना है हमारा 6, edges is 9, faces is 5, that means F plus V minus 2 is equal to 5 plus 6 minus 2 is equal to 9 is equal to E beta. Now this is proved. Hope you understood well. Now exercise 15.1. Filling the blanks. The number of vertices of a cube is dash. कितने होते हैं? Yes, so these are 8. B1 is the number of edges of a cuboid. Cuboid के जो हमारे edges होते हैं कितने होते हैं? वो हमारे होते हैं 12. I hope you understood well. So these are the other questions, beta. You have to complete it your own. Okay. So now next is nets. Solid shapes and their nets. To know about the net, let's do one activity of converting a solid figures to two-dimensional figure. This can be done by cutting or splitting few edges such that all faces of a solid figures are interlinked to form one flat figure. Now next, let's take a matchbox means cuboid, cut and open up its edges as shown in the following figure. Like that one, ये हमारे मैच बॉक्स है और इसको खोलने के बाद हमें ये शेप मिलती है. So here the transformed figure C is called a net of the original solid shapes. तो इसको हम इसका net बोलते हैं. That means match box. Okay. So net क्या है? Net is a two-dimensional tool for representing polydra. A polygon regions which can be folded up to form a polydron is usually called the net of the polydron beta. Hope you understood well. So now move on next, which is nets of some solid figures. First one is net of a cube. To make a net of a cube, first look at the faces of the cube. How many faces does it have? Of course 6. So make sure that your net has 6 squares. Now you must work out a way to arrange 6 squares so they will fold up into a cube. The easiest way is to think of a cube as 4 sides, a top and a bottom beta. Arrange 4 squares in a line. These are the sides. Now put the top square on one side of this line and the bottom on the other. It doesn't really matter where on each sides they all work. Okay, कोई इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Can you imagine how many such arrangements of nets are possible for a cube? There are or we can say that there can be 11 possible arrangements. Some of them are given below. Like that one. इस तरीके से भी हम इसको दिखा सकते हैं. ये भी इसका net है और ये भी हमारा net है. So all the nets of a cube has 6 square polygons. Hope you understood. Now second one is net of a cuboid. The net of a cuboid will be similar to cube. It has 6 rectangular polygons. One of the nets of a cuboid is given alongside. Okay. Now net of a cylinder. Take a rectangular square piece of a paper. Gently cover or roll the paper along its two sides such that the two sides come together. Hence, a cylinder opened at both ends is formed. Now, we can say that this rectangular or a square piece is a net of the cylinder so formed. Some nets of the cylinder are shown below, like that one beta. Okay, a cylinder opened at both sides or both ends, and this is a net. A cylindrical closed at one end and opened at other end, like that one, and a cylinder closed at both ends, like this is a net of that one beta. Hope you understood the concept. Now fourth one is net of a cone. अब cone का net कैसे बनेगा? Let's see. In the similar way, we can generate the net of a cone as given below. So ये cone है और ये क्या है? इसका net है बेटा. Okay. Now net of a square pyramid. अब pyramid का square कैसे बने? Net कैसे बनेगा? Let's see. Square pyramid has square base and triangles on the 4 lateral sides. The famous Great Pyramid in Giza, Egypt is an example of the square pyramid. The following figures show a net of a square pyramid. Solve example. Example number 1 first. Which of the nets in the following figures matches with a cylinder? So, these are the figure like that one and that one. The net as shown in a figure A represent a cylinder. Cylinder की shape वाला हमारा ये बनेगा. Okay. Now example 2. Which of the nets in the following figures represent a cube? So, the figure B shows a net of a cube like that one beta. Okay. ये cube का हमारा net की picture है. We can check the validity of the net by tracing the diagram on any paper and folding it properly along the lines of a net. आप इसको पेपर पे बना के भी देख सकते हैं. Okay. So, after that, example 3. Draw two nets of a cuboid whose length, breadth and height are 4 cm, 2 cm, 2 cm respectively. So, this is first net and this is second net. Okay. So, this is how we just draw it for a cuboid. Hope you understood. Now, 6th one beta. Net of a regular tendron. अब रेगुलर जो हमारा टेंड्रन है उसका नेट कैसे बनता है? सो हेयर आर 4 नेट्स ऑफ विच A एंड C आर करेक्ट. ये जो हमारा A है और ये हमारा जो C है ये करेक्ट है फॉर किसके लिए? टू मेक अ रेगुलर टेंड्रन. ओके. सो आफ्टर दैट 7. नेट ऑफ अ डाइस. डाइस का नेट कैसे बनेगा? Let's see. You have played several times with dice. Okay. So, do you know that it's a cube with dots on each face? So, opposite faces of a dice always have a total of 7 dots on them. So, here are 2 nets to make a dice. Like that one, we can make it, and this is also we can try it. Okay. So, I hope you understood well. So, now move on. Exercise 15.2. Draw 2 nets of a cuboid of the following dimensions. So, here it is given 3 cm, 3 cm and 2 cm. So, beta we have to just make it a diagram or make it a nets of a cuboid. So, for that things you just need to just make it a practical way. Okay. So, I hope these are the other questions. You have to complete it your own. Okay. So, with this we ended the chapters. You only need to do practice. Just do practice and do rest of these exercises by your own.